Okay, today we have Kim Gonczy with us. Kim is our current township clerk. And thank you, Kim, for making the time to come in today. I know the residents, like I've heard, like I get positive feedback from these interviews, so thanks for making the time. I've got 5 questions, about 3 minutes per question, and they're role specific. So the first question is around township operations. How do you plan as clerk to improve the efficiency of your office and better serve the residents?
Well, we have done a lot over the last several years. Matter of fact, that's what I've been doing today is getting absentee ballots prepared to send out, and I have an amazing crew. Belinda's awesome, my deputy, Mike, I could not ask for a better election manager. We, of course, always go do all the training we can get because that's very important to me. Our election inspectors are amazing. I wouldn't, and I recently spoke to one of them that was complimenting me on the training and said that they really appreciate how much we do for that because I'm always available. They can come in anytime, to train or to do their stuff on our computers at the hall or whatever we need, or whatever they need, I should say. But yeah, to improve it, I would say just keep up with the training and a knowledge of what's happening today and the current things. I do try to address any new issues or any concerns that come my way. But yeah, we're very fortunate. I'm very lucky to have the staff I do and the additional staff at the hall that are there to help us and support us all the time, and it's wonderful. I really, so now I'm trying to think, what was the exact question?
Oh, sorry. How do you plan to improve the efficiency of the clerk's office and better serve the residents?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I feel like we really try to do our best, and that's the best you can do. So, and if there is anything that people think we do need to improve on, I appreciate it if they let me know that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so this question's around interpersonal skills. What does effective communication mean to you, and how do you achieve it, in your opinion?
Well, obviously it's very important, and it's very upsetting to me when I hear, oh, I never knew about that. I didn't hear anything about that. I really try to keep the website up, and I push AugustaTownship.org. That's our main source of getting information out there, and that's very important to me. Belinda and I, when she was the clerk, I believe it was 18 or 19, we went with a new company. We switched everything over. We've tried really hard to get the website where it's user friendly, where people can access it. I would like to, and we've talked about this several times, but I would like to have a way for people to maybe an email service or phones, but it's a lot. We've checked into it. Not only does it cost a lot to implement something like that, but it's hard to get people to give you their information. Like everyone says, we need this, we want more information, but when it comes down to, can we get your email or phone number? Well, even for their AV applications, sometimes I have a difficult time to get people to give us the information. So I would just say to keep, aspire to keep the website, keep improving it, and keep working toward being there for people and trying to answer their questions. It's not easy, but we do the best we can,
Awesome. Leadership abilities. What experience do you have with managing and maintaining official records? And how will you improve transparency and accessibility to township documents?
Yeah, well, like I said, the website is a huge source because all of our resolutions, all of our ordinances, and when I say that, it's from when Belinda became clerk in 2016, because her and I have worked very diligently to make sure all that is accessible on the website. We also have went through all the ordinances, everything in paper that we have, and we've made index and have all that on index, but we need to get all that scanned, and that is another project that's going to take a lot of time and manpower to do, but it is a plan that we have, because it's like from the older ordinances books from as far back as we can go. But at least with the indexes, if someone asks me something, I can go and look at that, try and find it in the index, and then refer to the older books. Yeah, I think that I have a lot of experience in it because I was a business owner. I was an insurance agent. I was a business owner, so I've always I've always taken care of records and been able to keep things straight. I love that now it's made a lot easier with the internet, right?
Mhm.
With having our folders online, and even in the email where you can keep everything in order, and it makes things a lot easier.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This question is around management skills. How will you uphold ethical standards in the management of township records and in your conduct as clerk?
Well, you just, I know I keep saying this, but you do the best you can. Every day is an adventure, and I have a wonderful staff. I try to always be there. And they know that. I make sure that talk to me. If you have a problem or issue, and I have a lot of people that may not be under me that will even come to me and discuss if they have problems. And I also do HR, and so open communication. For a while, we were doing regular meetings. We called them lunch and learn, and we want to implement those again. It's been probably a couple years since we've done that, but we need to do that again because it's important that the staff knows that you're there. And same with the residents. When people want to get a hold of me, I want to be accessible, so I return every call I get, every message, I should say, that I get. And emails, I try to keep on top of the emails, which can be difficult when you get hundreds. But yeah. So I just try to manage it, and fortunately, once, not to keep on this too, but Belinda's a huge help, my deputy, because she's great at all that as well. So.
Awesome. Last official question around township issues. What steps will you take to ensure residents are kept informed of important township activities, meetings, and decisions?
Yeah, so I think we kind of touched on that. I wish that now it's easier than ever to attend the meetings. You can watch them online, so you don't have to be there. Attend the meeting. If you have a problem or an issue or a question, attend the meeting. And we don't always have the answer there, and a lot of times it might be, most of the time, if it's a big thing, we're going to take the time and maybe get back with you or address it at the next meeting. But that's very important. And if you want to know what's going on in your community, watch the video. We have the videos online, and you can watch and see what's happening at the board meetings. Or like I said, I try to have open communication to where people can reach out to me. You can email us. You can stop by the hall and see us. We're accessible. And so, yeah, I just try. I would say that's the biggest thing: the website, the meetings, And if you go on the website, it's super easy. You just first page of the website, board meetings, click on it, you got it right there.
Awesome.
So.
That's the end of the official questions, and as I've been giving everyone else an opportunity, is there any other information you'd like to share, a statement you'd like to make before we wrap up our time here today?
Sure. So first and foremost, I am so proud of this fact that this year, once again, for the 7th year in a row, we got an amazing audit. Our financial records at the township are in better shape than, I don't know how far back, right? But in great shape. And at the meeting, I'm not sure if you were there or not, but they asked, one of the board members said, okay, when the auditor had done his presentation, he's like, can you give us this in layman terms? How do we do? And it blew me away, because he said, if it was a report card, you guys got an A+. And I think that speaks a lot. It speaks volumes that we're able to, because like I said, it is a lot. It's a lot that we do there. And we're up to 1,608, I want to say. No, 1,633 permanent ballot people now for our AV, and we are just now getting those. We got them all ready to go. Now I have to just work on doing all the second count and getting them ready for the post office, and we'll be mailing those out. I mean,
Can you, for people listening, if in case they don't know what AV ballot is?
Absentee voter. So if you have ever you're going to be out of town or for whatever reason, now there's no excuse. You can get an absentee ballot. If you can't make it to the polls or you don't want to make it to the polls on election day, you can fill out an application. Is the process used to be fill out an application and you got a ballot. Well, now they have done the permanent since the 2020 part of the election proposal that passed. You can get a mark that you want a permanent ballot, or you can even just call me and tell me that you want to be on the permanent ballot list. And when you do that, each election you will automatically receive a ballot. So right now, and we still have some people that will just request it for this election, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. But if you get on our permanent ballot list, then we do this. Like when we get our ballots in, that's our first thing that we do is we get them all in envelopes and get them ready and send them out to our permanent ballot list. So, I mean, I personally like to vote in person, but there are a lot of people that, for whatever reason, and that's perfectly fine. And another thing is that this year, and it happens every general election when it's a big one, you will receive applications from several different entities. They are not from us at Augusta. Actually, this election, we did not send out applications. You have to request it. The primary was the last election that we would do that, because now you're either on the permanent ballot list or you're going to request it. We're not doing an AV application list any longer. So if you receive something from, in the mail saying, to get your ballot or whatever, make sure you notice who it's from, because 9 times out of 10, well, I would say 10 times out of 10, it's not from us. You're either going to get a ballot from us or you're going to have requested it. And if you request it, we'll send you an application, of course. But
that's really helpful to know.
Yeah.
That's important information. Thanks for sharing that.
Oh, absolutely. And I will also say michigan.gov/vote, and you can go on there and you can request a ballot on there, and it'll come to us in an email form. And you can also register on there, so there are a lot of different options. That's a great source.
Awesome. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say?
One thing that I keep not mentioning is the cemeteries. So we're trying to finish up our cemetery program. The supervisor is the sexton currently, and we got a software program. We got the board to approve to do a software program, and we've been working on the mapping, and it's a lot more intense than we anticipated, because our cemeteries are, they're old, and so they're not straight rows. They're not like you give us an Excel spreadsheet or an overhead Google, and they're like, this is what it's, it's going to lay out. So there's a lot involved. I have the cashier, Kathleen, has helped me immensely. We have Excel spreadsheets. We're trying to just make sure we have everyone where they're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And so we've been working really hard on that, and hopefully we'll be able to roll that out in the first part of next year is what I'm hoping for. But that's been a lot. And I didn't put it on my postcard, and I keep forgetting to mention that it's a lot, and I'm hoping to get that taken care of because it's important. And we got the new fence at Stony Creek, and the supervisor always makes sure that we have nice flags, and so it's a lot. Mm-hmm. So
awesome. Well, thank you, Kim, for making time out of today to come and talk with us, and the information is super helpful for the residents.
Oh, well, thank you, and thank you guys for doing this for us. We really appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks.
you.